Hello, welcome to the channel. Jamie here from JAYP Cars. You're in my Triumph Herald today. I've got a few days left until a vintage rally that I want to take the car to sell it. The clutch slave cylinder needs doing because my clutch pedal keeps jumping up towards me when I'm driving along after changing gear. So I think it's the slave cylinder. I'm going to change the master cylinder at the same time, keep the originals for the next owner so they can repurpose them if they need to. As you can see, I need to take this transmission tunnel off because that's the easiest way to get to this clutch slave cylinder, which is somewhere in here. I've already started on this side and taken off the bolts from here, and as you can see there are some here.
This is the clutch slave cylinder and that's the bleed nipple. Here I've attached a hose going into a jar, but it's too big. So when I loosen the valve to bleed the system, it leaks. I tried it with a jar, but opted to find the right sized hose to do the rest of the job, leaving me with some old brake fluid. Now it's drained, the valve can come out.
I'm going to take out this as well, and then I'm going to take out this one here and then that one. And when taking that one off, you just want to make sure you don't lose the nut that's on the bottom. I reckon I'll have more chance to take it out if I separate it from the gearbox, potentially. And that is one clutch slave cylinder that is disgusting. The slave cylinder out, and there's the bracket. This one looks pretty bad. I don't think that's how it's supposed to look. All the parts etc will be in the description in case you are doing a specific job yourself. So here is the slave cylinder. Is that what the rubber boot should look like on the other end of that? Yeah, I think it's time for a change. We'll try and line up the groove here in line with that, because that is where the bolt will go. The rubber piece can go on the back again. And then I want to put the locating bolt in to keep this in place. A little bit off. There we go. Perfect. And then I've got 13mm for the top, 30mm for the bottom, and tighten those up. Back in, place that in. I came and sat on the passenger seat and started doing it with my right hand, and it worked. So it's also just an angle thing. Move valve in, just gonna do it with my right hand. It seems to work better with my right hand than with my left hand. Just tighten it up.
Then onto the master cylinder with a 13mm, undoing the top bolt and bottom bolt a bit. Then off comes the rubber boot, which is in a sorry state. Now I want the split pin out so I can get the CLEVIS pin out. Now I can take the bolts out and then the clutch fluid pipe. The master then comes out to be replaced. You can see here that the new one is in much better shape. In it goes, with the cap on to stop debris getting into the system. In goes the top bolt followed by the bottom. The new boot goes over and the master is secured with a new CLEVIS pin, a new washer and a new split pin. The boot then covers it. With the fluid pipe already put in hand tight, the top and bottom bolts can be done up and then the fluid pipe.
And now that I've added some brake fluid, I need to bleed the system again to get any air out from this tube and bring it out here.
Do this with the correct size hose, not a jar like this.
The clutch was very, very light. Make sure I've actually got some fluid left in there. No, I'm all out.
After doing it properly with the right size hose, I check the levels again. Time for a test drive.
Alright, we go first. Oh my god, that touch is so low. Nice. In first. Oh, fucking door again! Oh shit, I've been out of the props right there. And it's like, it's taking my legs off. The clutch doesn't do anything for quite a bit of travel.
I was having issues with the pedal, so overnight I wedged some wood onto it and it bled the air out overnight.
Juddering a little bit, but I think that's simply because I'm not warmed up.
On my next test drive I found that the fuel pump was leaking around the diaphragm and this was causing the juddering. It looked like the diaphragm was melting inside the pump, putting my chances of getting to the vintage rally in jeopardy.
So here we are going in the Triumph Herald. Yes, we got that fuel pump back in, a new one. Took about 20 minutes getting the old one out and put the new one in. Let's get to this show. I need to get to the vintage rally and sell this car. Well, we're going to get out there and hopefully have some interest. Hello. All right.
Say, where am I?
Yeah, 4995.
Oh, get on.
Wooden sticks. supposed to park here or what? I just don't know.
I was the first to arrive and decided to disconnect the battery, seeing as it was going to be left there for a few days. However, this was pretty pointless because the next day I got a phone call asking me to move the car because it was parked in the wrong space. The directions to park up weren't very obvious. At the show, a few other Heralds made an appearance too. Which is your favourite? The blue one is mine. And so with the Herald parked up, looking pretty, I hoped for some interest. However, I didn't get any. So what is the next step in trying to sell the Herald? Well, I'm not quite sure.